Yeah, no, all the shit behind me just keeps disappearing, little by little. I ended up taking the pictures off the wall in front of me, and now it doesn't glare as bad. Hello, and welcome back. So, in a previous video, we were doing the sidewalk chalk stuff outside, and it didn't really go all too well, but one of the pictures that I worked on when I was doing it on my own and Matthew was helping with blending was just this little picture that I had stuck in my head of like this weird shining orb kind of picture, and I didn't really get very far on the concrete, so I decided to start doing it on my tablet with the little app that I've been using for my digital art. And actually, I shouldn't say it's not as easy as I thought it was going to be, because it started off hard. It works, and I like it, and I have access to certain things that I never thought I'd be able to use, such as airbrush and stuff like that. I started working on the BizPaint app. I still don't know how to pronounce that. With trying to put that picture on there, because I could do it on canvas or on paper or something like that, but I really want to try to get better at the digital artwork than trying to just put it on paper or canvas, because I want to get a little better at this, and it seems to be really fun. It doesn't take up a whole lot of space, and I can take it with me wherever I go. Granted, I always have, like, if I'm going somewhere and I know I'm gonna be waiting, I have my sketchbook that I always have with me, the little one anyway, and the tablet doesn't, I don't get covered in dirt and shit, which is normally something I really enjoy about my artwork, is being able to get covered in the charcoal or the graphite or something like that, or even when I'm, doing my spray paint artwork or just standard paint, walking away from it and being covered in the artwork itself is it's incredibly time consuming and painstaking to clean up, not only myself but the area, because I tend to make a hellacious mess when I do that. Sorry, Mom, Cal. I tend to get a little sloppy with my artwork, but it is a little bit more convenient to have the tablet that I can work on. It really is convenient to have this little pen that I bought. I really like it. I started off with just trying to do it freehand, and I realized that wasn't going to work, because I have just a simple, I think this is a Galaxy Tab 2, I think. I'm not 100% sure. And Craig has been telling me for a while that if I really wanted to progress in my artwork as far as, working on my tablet goes, that I really need to get an iPad or something of the sort. Now, I'm a little biased. I don't like anything Apple. It's not the product that I have problems with, it's the company. But he has told me, even though he doesn't particularly like Apple either, that if I really wanted to progress with my artwork, an iPad is really the way to go. I have had in the past, like my Wacom tablet, the Bamboo. Anyway, that'll be a different video. This is not a freaking review. Anyway, so I started drawing a little freehand, but I realized that wasn't going to work because it's not very precise. And I did find that on this app I have the ability to work with it like you do with mandalas, I believe is what they're called. The intricate drawings that are mirror images all the way around. So I was able to get the circle to work right, and then the outer circle. And it didn't turn out right in this particular video, but it's still a work in progress. When I started this picture, I figured I could start working on big picture detail, because I'm good with small details. I'm really good with small details. I can get the small shit to look really good, but once I start doing, like with the dragon picture that I did, the dragon's eye turned out really good. It was really detailed. It had a gleam in the eye that I really liked. It turned out really good. But then when I started drawing the rest of the dragon's face, it fell flat. And that's really the only way I can think to describe it. I've never been good with large detail. Even some of the older artworks that I've done on canvas or, with my charcoals and stuff like that, large detail's never been something I was very good at. It's almost like the smaller it is, the better I can get it to look. Now, this picture is obviously not complete, but this has been a strenuous project because I'm having difficulty not only navigating the app itself, but because I'm using just a Galaxy Tab and just this, it's not even named. Let me see if I can, yeah, it's just a, okay, it's not gonna focus, but it just literally says professional stylus pen. I'm not sure how professional it can possibly be if it doesn't even have a name, but it's not 100% accurate. I'm not really sure why. It might be the tablet itself, it might be the pen. The pen does not have a name, and as a matter of fact, when I got it, I got this Amazon card that was just literally happy and unhappy. It doesn't have a name. So I was able to get the very center of this like glowing star kind of thing to look really good, and I don't want to say it turned out looking like a sun, but it turned out looking like a sun. That's not what I was aiming for. What I was aiming for was like this weird like galaxy portal type of sphere that like in a sci-fi movie you'd be able to hold in your hand, and it was giving off like this light aura. Now granted, yes, I'm basically describing the sun, but that's not what I was aiming for. If you can lead with my conversation, maybe you can understand what I was aiming for. I was aiming for this dark galaxy type orb that gives off light. Don't ask me how, but that's the vision I have in my head. And I want to be able to add in like this dark shadowed character behind it, holding it in his hands. And it's just, this is becoming a painstaking project because the small detail is working. I obviously do not like the little teal streaks that are in the, I'm just gonna call it a sun, and the little sun rays that are coming off of it. But the background itself, I obviously struggled with because I was trying to make it look gradient. I wanted the outside as far as possible to be as dark as possible, but still looking blue, while the inside merged to not a white, and I didn't want it to be a pale blue, but a lighter bold blue. You can tell that in the background there are some areas that I just could not get to shade right, and I'm using a lot of blending brushes and blur aspects in the app that are just not really working in my favor. And I don't know, like I said, if it's the tablet, if it's the pen, and maybe I just suck at digital art. I'm not 100% sure. But I wanted to go ahead and, even though the picture's not finished, I wanted to go ahead and make a small video about this picture because the picture itself is one of the challenges that I've had to come across because I want the whole thing to be deeply detailed, and large detail being one of my weaknesses. The picture itself is going to have a lot of size aspect that's going to change through the picture because while I'm not putting technically humans in the picture, I'm putting these dark veiled characters that are obviously not from this world. I want them to look humanoid, but I don't want them to look like flat characters in the background. I want them to look like they have dimension. And on canvas, I would be able to normally kind of make this work, even on poster board or some of the, I don't know what they're called, but they're essentially professional poster boards that kind of have the feel of canvas. They're really gritty, but they're still smooth like poster board. That's really hard to explain. If I ever get around to actually breaking down and showing y'all my Jessica Alba picture that I did for the art show, then I will. But it's not going to show very much detail of the actual medium of the board. I don't know what it is or what it's called. I know the picture's not finished, and I will finish the picture on another video, but I really wanted to put this out there because even though it's a struggle, it's turning out better than what I thought it was going to. Now, if I was working with paint or my charcoals, obviously I would be a little happier with it. I don't know, probably not. I kind of heavily criticize my own artwork, and I know I have not put up a whole lot of some of my best artwork, Like, even though I'm proud of the Minions picture that I just did, it is not one of my best pictures. It's not even remotely close to one of my best pictures, but the sheer fact that Cal actually just loved the picture that I did for him makes it worth it. And it is it's one of my more proud pieces that I've done. Not very good, but I'm proud of it. Some of the ones that I've done in the past, like two of the other landscapes that I did for the art show, were absolute disappointments. They were horrible, disgusting pieces of artwork that I never again want to lay eyes on. And 2 different people in my family have them, because I was going to burn them. I will not be showing those to you. They are utter horrible failures that are blights on what I would call artwork. I am not proud of them. I am disgusted by them. Vehemently. I hate them. But I digress. The orb, working on it has been interesting because I want it to feel soft and colorful while being bold and dark at the same time, because it's looking like a galaxy. And it's kind of like watching the old Men in Black movies, and the little cat has the weird trinket on its collar, and it's like our universe sitting inside of it. I wanted it to be kind of similar to the feeling that you got when you saw that pendant. But I wanted it to be awe-inspiring too. Obviously, not everybody when they see the picture is going to think, that is amazing. No, that's not what I'm aiming for. I wanted it to look like the colors were soft enough but bold enough to have a sense of awe-inspiring, because in all honesty, if any part of the picture when I finish it is going to be awe-inspiring, I want it to be the veiled beings in the background. I think that's the best way to describe them. But this has definitely been an interesting choice for me to try to do. I'm not 100% sure if I will continue on a regular basis of trying to do digital artwork, or if I will inevitably just end up switching back to, or just falling back onto my more comfortable mediums. But to me, artwork's always been kind of a push and shove kind of struggle. It's not a matter of this one picture has to be perfect because it's the only one I'm going to do. It's a matter of pushing the limits of what you're comfortable with, because you know you can attempt to go further with the artwork than what you've done before. I've noticed that when I fall into something a bit more comfortable, some of the pieces will have aspects of it that are just damned good. And it's not a matter of like tooting my own horn. It's just like, again, with the dragon picture, that eye turned out really good. It really did. I was very proud of the way the eye came out, but then I kind of hit a block with doing the rest of the face. Like, I got the general shape good, and I got the color to mesh really well with what I was trying to achieve as gold. And I don't know if anybody else in this damn universe has this problem, but I have certain colors I can't get to look right. And for me, gold is that freaking color. I can't make gold. If I'm working on a color wheel and I'm sliding it back and forth, I can't find gold. I can't do it. Does it need more green? Does it need more red? Does it need fucking blue? Blue doesn't go in gold, but for some reason I end up going all over the freaking color spectrum. Now I'm rambling. I can't make gold. Long story short, I can't make gold. I can't find gold. I can go purchase gold. I can't make gold. With that being said, this is a work in progress picture, and I'm hoping that later on down the line I can show what the later transformations of the picture will be. But in the meantime, I love you guys. Love you all. I'll see you later. Bye. I feel like I'm losing my shit. I feel like this video has had like absolutely no one topic. I went into this video saying I'm going to talk about the first part of this picture that I have been creating to get it out of my head, and I have rambled on about freaking reviewing a tablet and other pieces of artwork that I've done to... God, this is a working progress. Shit. No.